Hi, thank you, Pax. I'm Sam Carnival. I'm Derby born and bred. I am a volunteer for the Derby Caribbean Carnival, the official organisers of Derby Caribbean Carnival, which is the West Indian Centre. And I support the management team, and I'm also the troop lead for Cultural Roots Carnival Troop. That's the official troop for Derby. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, really, I think me inviting you to come and chat with me is to do with this new thing that we're trying to do, Junkanew. As you can see, the spelling is different from the Caribbean Junkanew. Now, you know yourself anyway, because you've been in Bahamas, that the Junkanew tradition is similar to the one in Ghana. I don't think you experienced the Winneba fancy dress, but it's similar. The only difference is that I think they all use cardboard, they all use recycled material, they all use sticks, they all use paint and glue and all that. The only difference is the one in the Bahamas, they create banners. Those banners become massive floats like the Brazilian type of floats. In Africa, they don't do that yet. So our idea is this is a collaboration. So we got the Ganabia, Winneba people, and then we've got the Bahamas people. Then we've got English people like you. So it's slightly different from the Junkanew. So the idea for us is really get any junk and make it into some new, creative, exciting stuff.
Yes.
And then the A in the middle is like, really everything you do should be A1, like Samantha, right? Like Sam Carnival.
Okay.
Number 1. We don't do number 2. Okay. That's why we are working with Nobles number 1.
All encompassing. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, the thing is, before we start getting into Junkanew, I want to know, how did you get into Carnival?
Well, I was born and bred into Carnival. I'm a part of the Derby West Indian Community Centre, families in it, friends in it, the whole community. So it's a small, tight-knit community, and it just grew and grew and grew. So I remember being on a float in the 80s when it used to be on Normanton Park, and then it expanded onto Osmaston Park. So I've been involved in Carnival for about 35 years, maybe longer.
Okay. Now you think it's
just grown and grown.
Now, I think as you've seen through your travels, people don't know Carnival. You say Carnival, it's one thing. Yeah. But somebody like you does Carnival. You say Carnival, you have to really work out exactly which Carnival are you talking about. Just like what we're doing is Junkanoo now. Yeah. Same thing with you. You said you're grown up in a Carnival family. You know, that could have been a Blocos, that could have been Samba. So I need to get a bit more like really, what sort of Carnival were you doing? Is it the Trini style? Is it the Brazilian? Is it the Blocos? Things like that.
It's the West Indian Caribbean Carnival. So I was started from 1975, way before I was born. And what they did was they started having Carnival in Derby to help with the race relations with the local community and the police. And then it started to grow and get bigger from that. So basically, it's about bringing the community together and connecting them back to their roots of the Caribbean. So all the festivals that they used to have back home, they brought it over here into England as well. And that's what I incorporated also in my Carnival Man Behind a Mask 2019 exhibition, honouring those from the Caribbean who migrated to England and made the streets colourful with all their costumes, but who makes them? So that's why I showcase the designers. So yeah, we've made a massive difference on British society.
Brilliant. So the reason I was talking about the different variations of Carnival and all that kind of stuff, it's because I know you've done the stuff that sometimes annoys me, which is really like dancing with a big, massive float behind you, with a big, massive kilowatts and kilowatts of sound. This Junkanoo we are doing, there's no motors there. We will create the music. So we use the way they do it in Bahamas, where they do rack and scrap. We're going to have that in the procession.
Rake and scrape. Yeah, rake and scrape.
And then we're going to work with Kinetica Bloco. Then we have some sort of Bloco percussive stuff in there. Then we're going to work with Nostalgia Band, pan on the neck. So we got that. So the music floated down. So I don't want anybody to say, I need a big float and so on. I just had a conversation with Soca Massive, whom I say, it took me a while because he's saying to me, why didn't you invite me to be part of Junkanoo? So I had to chat with him like, really. I was scared because Soca Massive are well known for doing some seriously loud soca music. Loud in a nice way, not loud like in annoying. Yeah. So this is this. So my question is leading to that now that you've had that sort of, you've been accustomed to that, because that's why I was saying to you, grew up with carnival. Which style of carnival? So if you grew up with the Trini style carnival, which means every day, every time there's carnival, you're hearing a lot of loud sounds and so on. So I just want to find out from you how you felt when you now go to Bahamas, where the tradition is slightly different.
Yeah, it's different. So what they do there, they have
lots
of...
what I'm saying, did you feel like you were missing something, like special, not having the big, massive soccer sounds and things like that?
No, not at all, because every carnival you go to is different. Do you know what I mean? And when we went to the Bahamas, because I went in 2018 and 2019, it's just how they just bring everything together, and it's different. So, for example, in the Caribbean, we have steel pan. But over there, they actually carry them. They actually carry the drums. And they're really, really strong. And just to see how they use the exact same instrument, but in a different format. And a lot of the brass instruments as well. That was really powerful. I've not seen it like that before in that format. Okay, and they just really make the costumes to suit the instruments as well. And what I've noticed is the smaller the instruments, the bigger the costumes. The bigger the instruments, the smaller the costumes. So that's one of the things I noticed as well. And the banners was just like another float. So to have the strong men carrying like a large little flat on their shoulders, few steps, put it down, lift it up, few steps, put it down, lift it up. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. It's a really labor of love. That's exactly one of the things what will stick with me, what Angelique said. It is a labor of love, because it's not easy at all, but it's beautiful what they produce.
Oh, that's good. So anyway, so you sort of like enjoyed, and then it sounded like really you're at home now with this kind of carnival. What I wanted to know really is, what do you think? We keep giving it a friends. What did you think you picked up by being in Bahamas and by going there for 2 years?
What I picked up on Bahamas is just that the way they made the costume, because I've always heard about Junkanoo growing up being a Caribbean family anyway. But to actually see it and actually connect to what your grandparents and family was talking about, you start to put that jigsaw together. So it's really useful to be reconnected with your culture in that aspect as well. But one of the things I did pick up from that was just the way they use the crepe paper. Because when I was in Africa, they use crepe paper for toilet paper. But in the Bahamas, they use it for making costumes. So, that was quite interesting to see. But I just thought that the way they used all the cardboard and how they manipulated the cardboard, that was the biggest thing for me. I was really, really impressed. But also how they sliced the crepe paper and made all these layers and layers and layers and layers and layers to keep that the surface pattern going. It was just amazing, and just the magnitude and the size of the actual costumes. I've never come across something like that before. So that was one of the biggest things for me. Just the scale of the costumes was really good.
You keep sort of getting interference, so I hope it's not that bad. Yeah, okay. So anyway, the thing is, I think that's one of the reasons we are doing this sort of collaborative way of working, because when the Junkanoo came to England first time, we took them to Brighton, and they were working there with some artists, and they were trying to join all this stuff together. And the sub would say, can't you use cable? You just use cable ties. It's like, what's that? It's that. It's like, oh, we never had that before.
Yeah.
And then when he used it, he actually found out that he was doing his work half the time he was doing, but before he's never thought of having something like that. So this is also the advantage of really collaborating, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think for us now, cable ties are our lifesavers. I mean, when you're on the road with your troupe and with your band, and we have to walk down the streets with our cable ties, with our duct tape, just to piece people together that are falling apart along the road, just to make sure we meet the finish line. So yeah, they are our lifesavers. You know about cable ties when it comes down to carnival.
Yes, and then so listen, when you came back to UK. Once you've done your Junkanoo, did you incorporate any of the stuff you learned there here, or it becomes very difficult in that, this environment is different, the weather is different and all that?
No, yes, we did actually. Yeah, we definitely looked into recycling. And one of our young troop leaders, which is Nia Stevenson, he's also our youth designer, our youth lead designer, and also our current Derby Carnival King and the M King as well. He actually made a Junkanoo style headpiece from using recycled items around the house. Now, as a follow-on from the trip from the Bahamas, I also attended with Nesrin, we attended Germany Carnival, and we went to 4 different carnivals within Germany, and it was amazing to see how they used recycled things as well. So they made their costumes and their floats and using paper mache as well. So you can start to see some similarities, but that was more of a European British style costume. So that was more of a European style carnival, obviously from Germany. But it was interesting to see how they used just different aspects together, and that was really mind blowing as well. And they also used some what's it called, you know, the Mexican carnival with the Day of the Dead. So
Day of the Dead.
That theme as well was incorporated in Germany. So yes, that was interesting to see that cross-cultural collaboration as well.
Ah,